What's up, guys? So I get a lot of these questions all the time, so I figured I'd do a little quick build breakdown slash what it costs to build something like this for the IS. So let's jump into it. Biggest question I get most of the time is the wheels. They are 17 by 9.5 plus 40 TE37 SLs. I've run multiple versions of different TEs, but they've all been almost that exact same spec, plus 41 sometimes, but that's like S2000 spec. That's what I got from my brother. They called it Slav spec. So they're phase 2, super concave, and they look great and they can fit big tires. So 255/40 is what I run square. I did have to do a good amount of work on the inside of like the spindle. I had to actually pull that little nub off in order to actually fit it. So it's really tight. And also you can see just how close it is to the fenders. We've probably got like 35-40 hours of these fenders to make that work. So yeah, it definitely takes a lot of work, but it looks incredible. So yeah, that's a big plus. So yeah, that's the wheels. I'll keep a little quick tally down here, just what it costs. I'm not gonna go numbers while I say it, but let's say, well yeah, whatever. And I'm just gonna do retail pricing, not exactly what I paid, just basically what everything goes for nowadays for what you can expect to pay. Like, retail, everyone can get their discounts somewhere, and I got plenty of those. So that's how I was able to put this thing together. But yeah, I'm just gonna give you retail pricing there. Okay, let's move on. J-Blood hood from Japan. So I had Mastermind North America import that, which looks great. Honestly, it's my favorite hood for the car. Obviously, we had to do some work to fit it, but Heat Lightning Speed Shop killed it with this cut. I mean, it's incredible. Like, it doesn't really get any better than that. So moving on. Right now, it's got the Buddy Nathaniel Castillo's grill on it, but I usually run the Altezza grill, which is my favorite setup. But I do like this grill a lot. You gave it to me to try out, so keep that on. But Sea West eyelids, Vertex kit, front and side skirts. Got this kit from a buddy named Derek. He's got like a 1400 horsepower IS up in New York. And Super Life, Kamal, reworked it to fit all around the actual piping. And I think he had almost 40 hours in just the front bumper alone, including with making these awesome canards. So yeah, pricing for that here. Then moving on, the Gonador mirrors. Which, I mean, I didn't pay anywhere near that. Nowadays go for almost like $3,000, which is ridiculous. Then, we'll pop the hood. This is where the fun stuff goes. I'm not going to remember everything with the actual motor build, so I will just list it all, on the screen. And yeah, that's pretty much what all of this is pricing wise and kind of my build. But my idea with this was just, do everything that's needed, all the necessary upgrades, but not go too crazy in depth. The only thing that's really not done is not a built bottom end. I had that second bottom end that I will build eventually, so I'll be able to document that pricing wise. But this is what this would pretty much cost. Would I build another 1J head? Probably not, because it's a pain in the ass to find parts, but it sounds incredible. It's done. I don't want to, so I'm leaving it and I'm never doing it again because it was awesome. But do I want to repeat that? No, because it was a pain. So yeah, motor setup, that's that. Obviously you got the Aero Quip stuff to actually make it, not Aero Quip, Aero Catch. I forgot what those are called, but Heat Lightning also did that, great job. But yeah, actually keep it a little more rigid rather than just using the middle piece. It just wasn't enough. It's sort of flimsier hood. So yeah. Same thing, Kamal at Super Life worked the side skirts, just, fixed them up a little bit, made them a little nicer. Racing brake kit, and that is with the 2-piece rotors. That's a 330 mil deal, and it actually fits a stock wheel underneath it, just in case, because I run a stock spare in the trunk. So just in case anything happens, I can still put a stock spare on it. But these brakes are badass after really going through some different pads and such. But I figured out the perfect combo. I really love them. It's a solid setup. It's gonna be great for track too. Okay, moving on into the interior. Speed Hunter's X Renown steering wheel. It's actually 69 out of 100. Pretty freaking cool there. Was pretty stoked when I pulled that. Then I got the Drag International carpets with Figs Engineering footplate. Then Altezza cluster, repainted dash and all that. That's all OEM, just put some work into it. Altezza navigation system. And then the BTI screen for it in there. And that setup is, it's for the AEM V2, which is what the system runs on, which is all up under the dash here. We're trying to run as cleanly as possible. But yeah, so adding the AEM and adding the BTI dash there. Super slick part, love that. Some Pioneer radio, just so I can run the radio system. It's the Bose system is awesome, so I never really had to upgrade that. Maybe eventually I'll do subs back here, but right now, I mean, it's great for what it is. So yeah, the Recaro pole position SPG2s with reworked centers. So these centers actually came from, it's a Porsche 964 that was being redone for Porsche Experience Center Atlanta. Sold for like $1.4 million, and these are the exact inserts that went in it, just over red suede. And the shop that did the restoration on that did this, and they had leftover material, and I said go for it. So yep, that's about what they are. Then you have, so it's an R154 on the inside there, with a TRD shifter and a buddy's company called Breaker Spec extender. He doesn't make them anymore, unfortunately. Other than that, so yeah, so motor setup, I listed that before, so you have that there. Where you got that. Custom rear diffuser that I designed, and a buddy called Ian Galvez made it at Galvez Customs. Super awesome deal. And yep, that's how much that costs. Going into the trunk setup. Let's see. I've got an anti-grav battery in there, and a 4 FC3 fuel controller. And then like the Powerhouse Racing relocation kit and all their stuff there. Yeah, so that's this setup in the back. I just repurposed the actual old charcoal canister location for the battery tray, and had SMS Fab me this awesome hold down. And yeah, wire wise, the rest is just all me wiring, me and Brent. Then yeah, so that's that setup. JDM chrome tails. Then you've got, so this is another, I have the OEM trunk with the wing, but I actually really like it wingless. And I also have the TRD wing over here that's painted up top and carbon on the bottom. But I haven't found a really great way of mounting it without putting holes in the trunk. So I've kind of just run wingless, which I really like, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I kind of ran through that pretty quick. I'm sorry if I did that a little too fast. If anyone has any extra questions, let me know, and I will answer it. I probably missed a lot of things, but I'm going to list, like I said, everything that was on the motor on that page. Hopefully I did it for long enough. If not, here that is again. And yeah, AEM V2 DZOD kit, SMS catch can, all, custom lines going in the Mac valve. And, a lot of this is custom made and done, repainted, I showed you that, but ID 1300 injectors. But yeah, again, I'll list that all there. Also, the bay was repainted and all of this was welded shut, so that added up as well. But again, doing the work yourself really makes this a lot cheaper, and I kind of wait to buy parts until I find them for, affordable prices, or someone trying to let it go for cheap, or that's the situations I wait for. I've had this car for 10 years, so yeah, that's my baby girl. Super stoked on it. I'm actually just gonna go through a couple more tuning things and then really just be driving it. Got to charge the AC, and I'm just gonna drive it again. I feel so excited to do that. Do some track days with it, and then really start to dive into the RX-7 soon. I'm getting excited to really, do V-mount and make it really efficient, move the battery to the trunk, wire in the actual speakers and make it really, proper. And then eventually pull the motor, refresh it, put it on Haltech, paint the engine bay, paint the car, and go in. But yeah, this is the setup. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next week. Thank you, like and subscribe.